and welcome to another To It for Media featured interview. I'm your host, Jhaka, and today we're talking everything DEMA Dive Show 2024, and I have the honor of sitting here with Kim Hewish and Alton Bertie, a familiar face, about the event because they will be representing the BVI. That after this quick break.
Attention Anegada residents! Attention Anegada residents! CCT is coming to you! That's right! CCT will be visiting Anegada every third Wednesday of the month. Need to pay your bill? Sign up for a new service? Or have a customer service concern? CCT has got you covered. No need to leave the island. CCT is here to make staying connected easier than ever. Mark your calendars for every third Wednesday starting October 16th and visit us for all your CCT service needs. For more information, call us at 444-4444 or follow us on any of our social media pages. See you soon, Anegada.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. Let's have my guests introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Kim Hewish. I've been involved in diving almost since I arrived in the BVI, which was 1987. So it's been a little while, and I'm honored to be there, to be going to DEMA as the president of the BVI Scuba Organization.
And hi, I am, of course, Alton Bertie.
Of
been
course.
here like
Of
millions
course.
of times. Unlike Kim, I've been in diving for about 4 years. Thanks to Kim, actually. I've been in diving. I work with Beyond the Reef as well, trying to save our oceans. And I am there at DEMA representing the BVI this year.
Awesome. Now, tell us a bit about DEMA, maybe for anyone who hasn't heard of the show. What is it all about and what can we expect the BVI to benefit from being a part of the show?
Well, DEMA, the acronym is Dive Equipment and Marketing Association, is the world's largest dive trade show. It has a variety of things, everything you can think of course equipment, that's part of it, but it's all the destinations. So BVI has to be there to represent. We are a unique dive destination. We offer dives that can cater to all dive abilities, and we can also offer unique accommodation options, which almost none of the others can do the variety that we can. We have to be there to represent. Diving is a critical part of our tourism product, and that's why we're there.
And would you say it plays into the competitiveness of the tourism product as well?
Absolutely. We're competing, unfortunately, as with a lot of the product, Sand, Sea and Sun, we're competing not with other places close to us. We're not really competing with the Caribbean. We're competing with the Pacific. We're competing with the Red Sea. So we have to show our faces and we have to put up a good show.
And to add to that, I was there last year. It was held in New Orleans, and some of these destinations, they go all out. They go all out to promote their destination. You have places like the Bahamas, Philippines, and they make sure you see them from the time you're walking in the hall. They have big advertisements and things like that. So it is very competitive.
Yeah, if you've never been to a show like this, it's a business show. It's a huge warehouse. I can't think of anything on Tortola that's even close in size. And there are booths. And each country or each destination or each manufacturer has booths. Now, the ones that Alton were talking about, the countries that they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and they buy whole aisles.
Yeah. Bahamas last year had 2 aisles.
Oh my gosh.
wow.
And they had performances. St. Lucia was there. They had like Carnival and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so, we've obviously all struggled a bit after COVID and Irma to start with and then COVID, but we are going to be there. We are going to put on a great show.
Right. And from our discussion earlier, I do recognize that the BVI has been participating in this event for a significant period of time. Could you speak to that?
Yeah, Alton was actually there for the first time last year, but he was there with Mike Rowe. Who
Great
had,
guy.
Yeah, amazing guy.
Yes.
And how many times did he say he's been?
He said last year was the 39th. So this year will be the 40th year that we have been at DEMA, which is a significant presence.
All right. So looking at this 40th year, what are you most excited about for the BVI's participation in the event?
Well, personally, I'm really excited that Alton's going to be there. It's usually a collaboration of the various dive operators. There are 7 of us on Tortola in the BVI, because it includes Jos van Dijk and Virgin Gorda as well. But, you know, we're all business people, and Alton comes to it from a different perspective, which is amazing. He works very closely with Beyond the Reef, so he is coming at it as somewhat a business. He understands how the business runs. And who we're trying to attract and why, but he's also so crucial to the preservation of the marine environment. He understands the challenges that we face, and he brings that enthusiasm and that knowledge with him. And he's relatively new to it. So, you know, when he's going to DEMA, he'll see things that we like, yeah, we saw that last year. And he's like, no, you need to understand why this is important. So it's really great having a fresh face there.
Yeah, I noticed last year too, some of the things that people were more interested in as it pertains to the BVI, the work that Beyond the Reef is doing. They tend to be very keen on the environment and protecting the environment. So a lot of people are interested in that. Also, the wrecks. We have some very unique wrecks in the BVI, like the shark planes and Willie T. Those things, I remember the story I gave is, there was this one guy, older guy, and you could tell he's been diving for maybe 200 years or something. And he came to the BVI booth, and I was there, and he was looking at our stuff, and he was like, okay, so why should I choose your destination? I didn't say anything. I grabbed one of the brochures, I opened the page to the shark plane, the picture of the shark plane, and he stepped back, he was like, wow, this is amazing. And then he took the information and left. So some of those things are really, we have to, they attract the tourists, because remember, these are people, a lot of these people, they've been diving for forever. So they want to see something unique. So things like the shark planes and Willie T and other types of wreck, that's what attracts people.
All right. Is there anything you could tell us about what people can expect at the booth this year?
The booth is going to be a little bit different than it has been in the past. We've got the dive operators, we've got Alton, of course, and we've also got the tourist board. But the tourist board have been doing an amazing job for diving probably for the last year or so. They've really tried to help us. And one of the things that we're hosting is a Pastor's Happy Hour.
Yeah, we're having happy hour in Vegas.
Yeah.
Also painkillers.
Happy hour
in Vegas.
in
So
Vegas.
I know it sounds small, but it's these small little memorable things. I have made a conscious decision to make my hair even more sparkly. It's about standing out. It's about, you know, as I say, there's hundreds of booths, literally hundreds.
Yeah, literally.
So we intend, and we have the goal to make us stand out. The other thing that we're able to do is we're able to promote Rec Week. The others all promote their destination as a whole, but we focus, not that we're saying you can only come for Rec Week, but it's just another little hook. It's something to hook these people into and to say, oh, that's something I hadn't thought about. And we say, look, the Rec Week is a fun activity, but almost all these activities you can also do at other weeks. But it's you know, a really cool way to say, look, it's all packaged in one place. Come and give the BVI
last
a chance.
year they were very interested in Rec Week as well.
Yeah.
So that's another attractor.
All right. Now, of course, everything in the tourism industry is extremely competitive. You mentioned there's so many different territories that will be represented where people have these options to go dive and to go visit. So how does the BVI, or how would you recommend that the BVI stay ahead of the curve to remain competitive in this industry?
What we need to do is we need to get the message out that we offer something that they don't. So the dive industry is kind of it seems like it's a niche industry, but it really isn't, because what you have to do to dive is you have to actually sleep somewhere and you have to eat somewhere and all the rest of it. So what the BVI can offer is we can offer accommodation at any price point. You know, they can stay at Necker Island, they can spend $100,000 a week if they choose to, or we can help them find Airbnbs and they can just kind of almost backpack around the BVI. And there are very few destinations that have that depth and breadth of variety. So that's one of the things that we really need to push and help them to understand. Yes. And we're trying to sort of package it a little bit, because, you know, if you're seeing a destination, you've got all this information, you're not sure which part to pick out. We're going to try and help them navigate through that.
Yes, I realized that last year because I was there to promote diving, Beyond the Reef, and all the dive operators as well. But you realize people start asking questions where to stay. So resorts tend to be important. And then I did a scientific expedition last year, sailing from St. Martin to Martinique. And one of the things I realized that makes the BVI unique is the island chain. You could sail from one island, you could see the next island. And I know sailors like that. But then you could sail and dive as well. So as Kim said, you have the $100,000 reservations, and you have Airbnbs, you have resorts, high-end resorts, you have between, and then you could stay on a boat sailing. Another attractive thing is if you use one of the dive operators here on Tortola, you're 20-25 minutes away from basically anywhere. So it's not a long boat ride. And as Kim mentioned, the ease of diving. You don't have to be the world's greatest diver to dive in the BVI.
I think we learned that from you.
Yes, indeed.
You don't even have to swim.
Yeah.
Initially.
Yes, indeed.
And that's something else that we need to be able to stress to them. The BVI is a perfect destination for mixed groups. You know, if you've got a family, mum dives and one of the kids dives, but dad isn't interested in diving, but he likes to sail or he likes to water ski. You know, there's not very many destinations that offer that. Yeah, we're perfect for people who haven't dived very often. You know, you go on vacation once a year and you dive on vacation. We're great for that rather than the dive gang. We're also really good for the underwater photographers and videographers because most of our dives are relatively shallow, so that means they stay light, and light is key for the divers. The other thing, compared with a lot of the destinations, which I think Alton will have realized as well, is a lot of the dive shops, especially the shore-based dive shops in other destinations, they have 4 dives to choose from. So if you're there for a week, you'll see the same 4 dives. They have no choice. That's where the dives are. You're in the BVI, you can choose to go to different islands and dive from their bases, or you can, as Alton was saying, you're only 25 minutes away. We have a map, which we hope we'll be able to get to show you somehow. We've got literally hundreds of dive sites, and there are very few destinations that come close to that.
All right. Well, could you just give us a look as well on who's teaming up with you for this initiative? I think you mentioned the tourist board earlier.
Yes, definitely the tourist board. Perla in New York, she reached out to me to represent the BVI on a whole. So I'm not just there as Beyond the Reef, but the entire BVI. So I'm really grateful for that. And they've been really great with communication. Last year I was with them, and they've just been excellent. Tourist board for sure. We have the BVI Scuba Organization, which Kim is the president, and the dive operators as well.
So the individual dive operators. So there'll be representatives from, obviously I'm there wearing 2 hats, like Alton is wearing 2 hats. I'm there as the overall dive operators representative, but also representing the Law, which is the oldest liveaboard here in the BVI, been in operation since the 70s, believe it or not. Not the Law, but the company. So we, although Alton said that the BVI has been at DEMA for 40 years. I wouldn't be surprised if Trimarine hasn't been represented almost all that time. I mean, some of the dive sites were named. I'm not going to say discovered because they were there anyway, but they were named by the owners and designers of the Law. So that's, you know, we're definitely trying to spread everything. And the other thing that we're doing is, it's not just, as I said earlier, it's not just about diving, it's about accommodation. So we're bringing as much collateral as we can from our shore-based operators, people like Nanny Key, people like, so
last year I spoke a lot about places like Scrub Island. Places, because Scrub Island also would dive BVI. And I know Kim mentioned the word liveaboard. I know people don't know what that means.
Oh, liveaboard.
But actually, last year I realized a lot of people were interested. A liveaboard is where you go on a boat and you stay for it's a week, about a week, and you stay there, you sleep, you have food and that kind of stuff, and you dive. So that adds to our diversity in diving as well. You could stay anywhere on any of the islands, or you could stay on a yacht
and do the
right?
And they do the moving for you.
Or you have liveaboards too. So we offer a really good package. So we reach different parts of different demographic.
Okay, now before we close, I just want to know how we can keep up with Team BVI. Of course, outside of being friends of Alton on Facebook, to see the hundreds of photos and videos he will be posting, is there any other way we could keep
We will help him to post to BVI Rec Week.
Okay.
The Scuba Organization has a website too, but it's a little bit more just showing the operators. I think Rec Week, although it's focused for Rec Week, which is in June next year, and we're loving that CCT are going to come on board as sponsors, we hope. But although it's focused on the specific week, we post throughout the year. We post activities. It's a community thing, and that's what Rec Week is about. It's about community as well. It's not just about diving, and that goes back to it's all mixed in. DEMA, although it's about diving, it's not just about diving.
Yeah. So in short, just follow me.
Yeah, just follow
Alton. Doing
Alton.
lots of posting and let's go to Vegas together.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm scared now.
But your hair is fine, so you're ready. You're ready.
We're gonna need you to share your signature look before you leave, Alton.
I haven't thought about that, but okay.
Okay, Kim is giving you
I can't
some
dye my
ideas.
hair. So that's,
There's other hair
true.
available, on your face that you could dye.
I'll think about it.
That would be very cool.
I'll think about it.
All right, well, you guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And of course, we're wishing you safe travels to Las Vegas.
Thank you very much.
And viewers, thank you so much for joining us for this interview today. Again, follow Alton on Facebook for continued updates about their visit to DEMA and stay tuned to Tweet4Media for more great content.